welcome to a new stream. And today I've got a very special guest, TJ Puffs 92. Say hi, TJ.
Hey yo, how's it going?
So this is our collaboration part that we've been working on over the past few weeks. The main foundation, I think, is in place. There is talks of moving this car park, which you can probably see on screen. We're debating what the best place to put it is, but I'm sure we'll figure that out at some point. And today we're just going to look over what's been built and then, going forward with what we want the future of this park to become. So that's basically what this video is going to be, is just going over and explaining some of the reasons behind what we've done and what we want to follow with other things that aren't fully finished yet. So, starting off, we've got TJ's amazing lodge that he's done. This was one of the first things that was put in the park. Do you want to explain how you built it?
It's been so long. I don't even know what those wood pieces are called. I just used the wooden beams. I pretty much fleshed out the shape of what I wanted it to look like, and then I just overlaid all those little wood beams over everything, and then I deleted the building that I already built. I guess if that makes sense.
Makes sense to me. Yeah, so you made a template using actual building pieces, overlaid it, and then deleted the main building, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
It's come out really well. I know we've had a lot of debate whether we're going to move it, use it as a train station, but I think we've got to the stage where we're going to keep it.
I think maybe just some small details added to the interior, but only if percent kind of allows it at this point.
Definitely, we are in the danger zone at the minute where we have to be careful on what we place and can't go overboard now. And then obviously we've got this awesome bridge. Also, TJ built this as well, which I just love the shape of it as well. It's not like a flat bridge; there's a slight curvage to it. Going into this is where the new car park we're thinking are going to put, just to fill this space up, and then the original car park. Go on, sorry.
Nah, I was just gonna say if they prefer it looking horizontal on the right or vertical, which way looks better?
Yeah.
Drop it in the comments.
Please do. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we're trying to figure out which would look better. We want to try and be as different as possible, where like the easy option would be to, put it straight, but yeah, please drop it in the comments. Any suggestions? We also need a name for this park, so if you have any name suggestions, that would be a great help. Also drop in the comments, that'd be brilliant. But yeah, coming over the bridge, go on.
Sorry, I think we were trying to go have a mashup of our names like Zombie and Plip did, but that did not go as planned. Like we couldn't think of anything, so here we are.
Yeah.
You can continue. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I think that's the hardest bit of the whole game is trying to name a park and try and incorporate either the builders involved or we've had a few
coming
suggestions.
up with names in general.
Yeah. So what has happened with this park? It wasn't the original idea, but we've got kind of two entrances. So we've got the Cursed Jungle, which leads over to that section of the park, and then I believe it's the Haunted Woods, which a sign is, still needs to be made for it. Which I believe TJ, you're doing that, are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna remake it. The other ones blended too well into the trees, which Claire said that she liked it, but it was bothering me. My OCD was like, nope, you need to fix it.
Yeah, I really love this sign using the small temple adventure pieces. just it has that really kind of jungly feel to it.
Mm-hmm. Thanks to YouTube user or a PC user on YouTube for that idea.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where most of my inspiration comes from as well, which you'll see when we dive into the themed areas. But we'll go the haunted woods. Still a lot of foliage, I believe, that we need to do. I think the main layout of this area is, pretty much complete. It's just the minor details that we need to kind of do, and obviously kind of flesh out this back area, which is the kiddie area.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you got this bridge um, into the main thrill bit of this area, I believe. So you've got your station for this amazing wooden coaster that TJ's made, which wraps around the whole area, and then it splits off to the smaller inversion kind of coaster I did, um, with this kind of like a submission kind of ride, Insanity. That's the name. So
Mm-hmm.
I really like how it does split off into so you've got a couple of flat rides down this way, and then if you go this way, it's got a couple of flat rides and stuff, and the shops this way. But yeah, just to admire this sign that TJ has made. I love it personally. Um,
Yeah, the mask is the only thing that bothers me if I look at it too long. Other than that, I love the sign.
yeah, I'll turn away now so you can't see it. But yeah, like just even the smaller details you've done with the smash windows by turning glass pieces. Um, I really
Yeah, I
like
wanted to
this.
make it look. I wanted to make it look like an abandoned uh, wood cabin, like at the campsite at like Crystal Lake, I guess,
Yeah, definitely. And
with
I think
with the
it's
bunk beds in there.
yeah, you've definitely pulled it off. I think. Oh yeah, with the bunk beds, and I just love the back as well, where you've got this overhang, with paths going over the top, paths going underneath. So obviously the queue path goes under the station, and then comes up, and then you've got your fast track on the left, which comes from another way down, which I just really like as well. Just the different layers of height and depth just works really
Hmm.
well. Uh,
Thank you. I
you're
had
welcome.
to step up after you did your station, so
Yeah, but now my station doesn't look great compared to yours. Mine just looks a bit bland. But yeah,
I still think it looks good. It looks good.
thank you. Yeah, I wanted this tier effect, but I wasn't too sure of how to do the fencing for it. I think it's come out okay.
Hmm.
So
Those
yeah,
would work really well.
yeah. I think there's a few, little bits I need to add, but it looks okay for what it is. Matches the theme, I guess.
Hmm. A custom sign on the roof would look good, but
Do we know what
we
we were
will
going to
see.
call this coaster? I still haven't got a name.
All right. Did we decide on the bat?
Oh, the bat, yeah, because it was originally a brown and blue color, wasn't it? And then we
Hmm.
changed the colors to this kind of dark purple and blacky color. The bat, yeah.
Yeah. Which
So
I
yeah,
mean, that would be pretty easy to do. Like, it's not a big word, so it wouldn't take very
so
much.
my thought is doing a bit of a silhouette of a bat, and then have that um, black, and then the bat in purple, which just kind of gives a 3D effect popping out of the front, maybe. Um,
That would be really cool. I was
I
not
mean,
thinking that at all,
oh
and that
really?
is really cool. Yeah,
What were you thinking?
I was just gonna be basic and just put the word bat, but I mean, I like your idea a lot more.
Well, I mean, it's easier said than done. I mean, I can always try it. I remember trying to do a Batman sign one time, but trying to get that bat didn't look like a bat at all. So I can try anyways. um, there's still this. We don't know what to do with the interior. Are we just going to leave it as it is, or keep it, or change it?
I mean, I was thinking we could just fill the inside with vines,
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, I mean, I maybe throw a few of the haunted house pieces in there for furniture, but I mean, if the outside looks overgrown,
yeah.
then
So I don't know if
why
you
not just do
noticed,
it in there?
I tried to do to show like the wall had fallen apart, and you just saw the kind of installation between. But yeah, I
I
didn't
did
think it.
notice.
Uh,
It doesn't look. I mean, it looks good. I don't dislike it. I think it's just with adding foliage inside, like
yeah,
overgrown,
yeah.
it'll fit. It'll bring it together.
Hopefully,
So
because
I think it looks good.
thank you.
I got what you were going for, at least.
Oh well, that's all right then. Yeah, it's just I think the color white as well doesn't help.
Yeah, but isn't that the haunted house you made
Yeah,
for another part? Yeah, okay.
yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I love it. I love it. It looks really good. It's just white is. It's not a very spooky color.
no. I mean, it was for a nighttime park I was doing. Um, it was actually a Red Dead Redemption part that was doing, which is the Western game. It was based off one of the mansions in the story mode. Um,
Okay.
but it was just in a tester park, and it just was been sat there for a few months. So I thought, you know what, we'll
Hmm.
try and incorporate it into this park. At least it's not sat vacant there. It has a bit of a purpose. I think it looks okay from the outside, anyways.
It, yeah. And speaking of the foliage, I was thinking that whole front area in front of that, I wouldn't want to put too many trees because I would want to see. We want to see the mansion like from the path, like before you
Yeah,
cross the bridge. You know what I mean?
definitely. Yeah,
So
it's
like I
like
wasn't.
this staple kind of,
y-
you know.
Yeah, like I didn't want to put anything too tall in front of it where it would block it. So everywhere else though,
Yeah,
littered with
trees, trees,
trees.
trees. And I just like we were having the suggestion that no one rides the Ferris wheels, but I like how it just pops over the top of the house and the trees.
Hmm. And everybody rides it. The
It
line is
does,
constantly backed up.
so yeah, like so that's the idea with that, and then obviously you come behind the house, and I'll let you. Well, I'll show this off. So yeah, a bit of a
The
play
amazing
park,
playground that you made.
and then the original idea was to put this into a kind of really nice Starbucks kind of coffee shop. But after seeing what Plipcam did with his coffee shop, I was like, no, I'm not doing that. It'll just look rubbish
Mm,
compared to his.
yeah.
Um, so I kind of did my own kind of cafe design, bit of a nice terrace. Still maybe flush a little bit out, but you know, I think it works for what it is.
Hmm.
And we love the bridges in this park. There's many of them. But yeah, just a little bridge there and another bridge here, which brings us into this area. So I'll let you, explain what your plans are with this, as it's you've done everything in this area here. Do you want to explain what the process is and
Uh,
what your plans are?
I don't. I've been thinking about the jungle side.
Yeah,
So I've kind of put this side on the back burner, but not too much theming left other than foliage, maybe a few shop signs for the ones over there on the right. I might get rid of that information hut next to that flat ride. But
This one here.
other than yeah, um, I don't really know yet. I just fill it with trees. It's kind of what where we're
Yeah,
at on this side.
yeah,
There is details that need to be done in the train station here, but like I said, I've put that kind of on the back burner. I've been more excited about the jungle side.
definitely. This side of the park's definitely been neglected a little bit since we started on the other side. Um, I do
That
like
bridge
how
you did
this.
there, I love that. I love that so much.
Yeah, it's one of the things. Slowly, custom supporting stuff, and it's a bit of a pain to do, but if you can pull it off, I think it does really work.
It does,
Um,
yep. And yes, it is a pain.
yeah, and then so yeah, that's basically this area, um, pretty much covered. But the main focus has definitely been on this side. Um, so as you can see, we tried to make it a bit symmetrical, kind of as you come into this park with the two mountains, a bit of a lake. Um, we have got plans for this side. Um, I'll let you
Which, yeah, I
this
was
the
gonna say
volcano.
I have a few ideas for the volcano, and then I was thinking maybe on the left side we could have like a thunderstorm or crazy lightning storm happening over the mountain. Maybe
Definitely,
I don't know.
yeah. Are you
And then
still thinking of having this volcano as lava running down and have it on a trigger?
yeah, that's kind of how I was thinking about it the other night. I saw somebody on YouTube did a triggered volcano, and it looked really good, really good. But if we could pull it off, that it would look really good, and have it set to go off like every time it hits 8 p.m. or something.
Yeah,
Just it's on the list, but it's probably on the lower half of the list right now.
definitely. It's again to do with the percentage as well, isn't it? But
Which I mean, I guess we could cheat, but I don't really know how to
yeah,
do that.
definitely. So anyway, coming into this, TJ's had the part for since my last video, anyways. The last video was this kind of bit, but TJ's added to this, and when I say added, I don't mean just a little bit. I mean he's done a lot. So he's added all this water system. He's themed all the stations, added a bit more foliage, added a few temples, which we'll look into in a second. But we'll just walk the path. So we'll start. We'll go left to right. Do you think that's probably the best way?
Yeah, there's more on the left
Yeah,
side anyway.
yeah. So got this dive coaster. I still want to call it something like the Black Cayman or the Cayman or something. Have it, featured around the alligator kind of name. I don't know if you
Oh,
like the
I thought we
sound of
were
that.
going for I thought we were going for a snake vibe with that one.
Or Anaconda or something. Black Mamba.
Yeah, that boa, um, python, maybe some form of snake. I was is what I think we were aiming. That's why I did
The
the
snake kind
snake
of
heads
temple.
for. Yeah,
I'm happy with whatever, to be honest. Like, I think it would go well with any kind of snake name. Cobra, Python. I'll have to Google a few snake names and see which one fits. But yeah, so
yeah.
it's got a bit of a splashdown. Obviously, you've got the little snake temple. It's a double dive coaster.
hmm
Um,
I actually added that crocodile animatronic, it jumps up as soon as the guests like fly through there.
Nice.
I don't know if you noticed that.
I noticed you put a few animatronics down here. I haven't seen it in action, but we'll wait for it to. There's one coming past now. Oh, very well timed, and that's triggered to the coaster, I'm guessing.
Yep, it took a few tries, but I finally got it to where it didn't hit the coaster train. So
No, a nice touch, to be honest. So yeah, this was the most recent thing I've done. Is add a few bits of foliage, some sort of cover. Still not finished, but
the foliage
yeah.
work is really good.
Thank you.
I love that.
And then you've obviously got dive, oh, the dive coaster second drop, just in the background. Um, I don't really know. It's trying to disguise a hill that you don't want it to look like just a plain hill. So I think the bushes
Hmm.
kind of work well with the vines and a few rocks scattered about.
Yeah.
But
Did you want to
yeah.
show them in the tunnel there, or?
Oh yeah. I keep forgetting. Well, I don't forget. I know it's here, but yeah. So you've got your dive, and if we dive through, TJ has done an amazing job underneath here. Like, I wouldn't even know where to begin. The camera would just annoy me too much.
Well, I actually had to dig out a whole lot of the terrain in order for the camera not to spaz out on me.
I
So
mean,
I caved everything out first, and then I kind of figured out how big I wanted the room, and then
yeah.
just pretty much used the temple block pieces.
I mean, to be honest, I love it. And you've got your snakes, which would actually, fit the name of the coaster as well. If when we figure out what name to call it, and like
Hmm.
it's all hidden underneath it. You wouldn't expect it's there unless you ride the coaster, which just hidden away. And I love how it's can't see it at all, and then boom, straight into this fiery pit with the snakes, and then out the other side. So yeah, really nice touch. I'm glad I've got someone like you on board anyway, because with stuff like that, I'm not the greatest.
Well, thank you. You're really good at some things that I'm not good at, so
Yes,
you
I
know,
think that's
complement each other. So
definitely, definitely.
because you
Eh,
busted out this shop here. I don't know. I saw the video. I don't know how long it actually took you to do it, but I was just like jaw dropped as you were. I'm like, how do you just theme that so quickly? I let my shop sit there for like 2 weeks before I'm like, okay, maybe I should theme that.
I think I knew I wanted to have some sort of shops built into some kind of rock work, um, but I wanted to keep it pretty natural. Not doesn't look artificial as such. I
Hmm.
know it does, but just kind of plain, not over detailed with loads of stuff. But I think it works for what it is, and it complements the coaster hump.
Hmm.
With a bit of a seating area there. But then we've got this
Which I
station.
took.
Go on, sorry.
I took that awning that you did, and I made that a part of the train station on this side as well.
I have
I
noticed
don't.
that.
Yeah.
I think that was the bit that took me the longest to do. I was going to just use beams, but I kind of like the rope effect that this had, so
Yeah.
um, I just did that. And then I love what you've done with this coaster station. I know it's not 100% complete, but I just love, like it's like a new ruin. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
It's like it's very clean, but it's also a ruin.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a look you were planning on doing, or what other stuff you need to add. But
I still don't know. I have an idea, but it's in there.
Yeah, and I love how you've done the switch track as well. Like with the car, I wouldn't have thought of doing that, and then obviously covering up that bit. Like I think that
Hmm.
works really well as well with having like obviously I have built a train myself, but never one of these, and it took me a long time to do. So it saved a lot of
Which we
time.
have that train.
We do, we do.
We do have that train.
Do we know where it is? Here.
It's right. Yeah. The only thing that is gonna need to be changed is the tires because I think when you turn it to night, you use the flashing lights, and yeah,
I didn't notice that.
yeah. I mean, you don't. I wouldn't say you'd want to edit it now because I think you have to go through
Yeah,
every single one of those.
yeah.
But just changing it to black will fix that. I didn't notice it until like a week after I put it there, but I really love it. I That's insane the way you did that.
Thank you. Yeah, it took a while. I wanted to just do something different. So I mean, is it? Let's see where it your train is.
It's pretty spot on.
Obviously, pieces are a bit of a pain, but it does.
Yeah,
You know
but
what it is, don't you?
oh yeah, no, I mean when you first showed us that on your YouTube, I was like, oh my goodness, how like the time that had to be put into that.
A lot of it is copy and paste. To be fair, it was just obviously the front bit,
Mm.
which actually took longer than it should have. I mean, it's still not perfect, but
Still
it does the trick.
making, yeah, making those shapes with the basic shapes are uh, I get frustrated just making my SpongeBob house that I did for my park, and that wasn't. Claire does some amazing stuff, and another guy on PlayStation, I can't remember who it was, but it was the cube, I think, for the mini park, and that was just all those
Yeah,
characters, and it's wild.
definitely. I mean, there's some great builders, like obviously Claire. I've seen a lot of stuff she's made, and she loves to use the
Hmm.
terrain to her advantage as well. And just some of the buildings she makes. You've got Plipcam as well, who is very focused on the realism side of stuff, and
Plip blows my mind. I
yeah,
can't watching his radiator springs like progress. I almost wanted to drop out
yeah,
of that one.
detail is just incredible. And there's I think everyone in the Discord and like we wanted inspiration. Do you know what's the guy's name? He's on Xbox. He's in the community. I believe he's the French guy. Is it Beneath?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So obviously we were watching some of his series, and he's done this kind of temple kind of build, which gave us,
Hmm.
or it gave me anyways, a lot of inspiration for using these kind of blocks and stuff like that.
Yeah, he gave us that idea, and we have taken it and ran away with it.
Definitely. And then yeah, so moving on anyways, moving to I think this is the main focus point for this bit of the park is the log flume.
Hmm.
Um, I just love how it's sat on this kind of mountainside, and it doesn't even look like a log flume apart from these little snippets that you see.
Hmm.
But you know, I love what you've done with these pools, with the waterfalls. um, going into different pools into the main lake at the bottom.
Well, I was thinking of Maddie, how he loves
Yeah,
water, so I'm like, let's give them some water.
yeah, definitely. And I really love how this has come together. I think it excels it at night time as well. So obviously,
Hmm. I just need some night lighting more around the area.
yeah. But I love the oranges that pop.
Hmm.
Um, I think it's come together really nicely. I know there's still a little bit to do, but I was looking at this bit and I'm trying to think what kind of support could we use here.
I was thinking of statues.
Yeah, what Mad Cadder did on
Or,
his kind of thing.
yeah, like pillars, a few pillars, like the broken pillar pieces, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I love how
and
that's come across.
yeah, I almost put a scenery piece right after the bridge coming into that area on the train,
Where we're looking this bit here.
right there to your right. Yeah, I was gonna put like that scorpion archway
Oh yeah,
scenery piece, but it gave it like an extra percent, and I didn't know if it fit
yeah.
very well, so I kind of took it out.
I mean, it's like we keep saying this that we are getting to that crucial point where we're going to have to start thinking of exactly what we build. Is it worth building if it takes up percentage?
Hmm.
Um, so like we might not even get chance to finish this because percentage just might not allow us to do what we want to do. But I think as a guest perspective, I think we've got all the guest lines like correct. Like from here as a guest, the main the
Hmm.
main focus and the facade is up to scratch. Yes, we're probably going to run out of percentage to fill maybe every little bit here, but as long as the main bit's done, I think we should be okay.
Yeah, once we get the stations done,
Yeah,
and depending on how you feel like it, I don't know if you still want to do a hotel or what, then foliage shouldn't take up too much space, hopefully.
yeah. No, I agree. Like, I think when I built this bit, I think that only took up not even 1%. I think it wasn't until I got
Hmm.
to about here it started to take up 1%. And I
Okay.
mean, there's a lot. Like I know it don't look loads, but there's loads of
Oh
overlapping and
yeah.
stuff. But so there is actually more than it looks. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, like you say, it doesn't take up too much percentage. Luckily.
Yeah, and as long as I think we use a bunch of the off-grid temple pieces for
Yeah,
the stations, which is what I plan to do, those don't take up very much percent either. So we'll probably be cutting it really close,
yeah,
but I think it'll come together very cohesively.
yeah, definitely. Oh, hoping so. Fingers crossed. Anyways. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, if we just keep moving on, this was the latest ride you added. We're still not 100% sure. I think we've discussed of doing a facade of some kind of broken temple around the back end, but then
Hmm.
just having a foliage mainly to kind of theme it.
Yeah.
And then we've got this area, which is the main hub, I'm going to say, for this part, as in shops and stuff. Um, Wanted to get that kind of market vibe, um, which I think I've managed to do a little bit, anyways. Like, you've got your main kind of bit here with your shops, and then you've got these little stalls which you've suggested adding vending machines and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, which I think will work. A little bit of a
That was
seating
my
area.
only. Yeah, that was my only suggestion. You did a great job on this. I really like it.
Thank you. And just at night time, I think it's just one of those. I don't know if the colours are too vibrant, but I don't know. I think it
Mm,
works.
yeah, yeah. The lights look good.
But yeah, that's the reason for this. You've got your runway, which would, for explorers who want to come and explore this jungle area, you've got your bustling market, and then you've got the train that would come over the top of the market. So I think it's come together quite nicely, that area.
Hmm.
And then I've done something similar along this side with a bit of a food and seating area and toilet, more jungly rather than markety. Um, but I like how this has turned out using the terrain and rocks. It has that kind of vibrant jungle feel, which I took from someone, a PC user. You'll probably know her as the lady. She did a lot of Planet Coaster stuff back in the day. She did Forbidden Jungle Park, and she did a similar build to this. So I used some of her ideas to come up with this. So I think it's turned out okay.
Okay, yeah, I really like that too.
It's just finding the right color, but I think I managed to get
Hmm.
a decent color. Which then
Yeah,
brings
because
us
you
on
don't want
to.
to.
Go on, sorry.
I say, yeah, you don't want to use the same color over and over all the time. So figuring out what other color palette or whatever you want to use.
Definitely. Like, I
But it
think you
looks good.
suggest. Thank you. I think you suggested it, that we should stop using this kind of rock as it's getting a bit repetitive. And then, so that's when I've started to, like use the other kind of rocks, the tropical rocks and stuff like that, which,
Hmm.
works really well, I think.
Yeah, the tropical rocks are the only ones that I've like. Well, because I used a bunch of them in my Bikini Bottom park, but like those, I don't know that they work really well with. I don't know, setting up a good like rocky area, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Which
And
leaves
they're all
us.
a good size too. Sorry, yeah.
No, no, no,
Move
no, it's
on to the
fine. Sorry.
station.
Sorry.
No.
Um, so yeah, this is your coaster, your launch coaster.
Hmm.
Obviously, there's still quite a bit to do. You said that you weren't, 100% happy with it, that you wanted to, add some bits and bobs and changes. That's why you haven't done too much to it. Do you want to talk around it, what your plans are, and what you might want to change or keep, or what you want to do with it?
Yeah, there's that. I think it's a sidewinder. I don't know if that's the proper name to call the piece, but I kind of want to customize that better. It's a pre-made piece right now, and the G's are a little much in an area, so
Yeah,
I want to fix that. And I might fix the zero G roll. I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air about that one,
this one here.
but yeah, it is custom, but it's still a little too janky. Not
Hmm.
it's not smooth enough for my liking, so I might have to go back and fix that.
Yeah,
But other than that, like I was kind of wanting to do something similar to what Mad Catter did for his rival coaster contest with using the statues and a bunch of the pillars and everything as supports, maybe.
yeah,
But percentage wise, we'll see.
yeah. I think it all comes down to that, doesn't it? But
Yeah, but if I can, I kind of wanted that whole area to just be broken, abandoned
Yeah.
ruins, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, I was saying to you, I love how, it's like three separate buildings. So you've got this one, your main one, and then this little bit here. And I love the interaction with the coaster and the path. So you've got coaster
Hmm.
going under the station, you've got, path going under it, over it, by the side of it. I just love the
Hmm.
interaction that you've done. And, I have all the faith in the world that whatever you're going to do will look amazing anyways. So,
Well, we shall see.
we'll.
For the station, I don't know if I should leave it open or actually enclose it. And I'm
Mhm.
kind of in the same boat with the dive coaster station as well. Right now, I'm thinking that I'll enclose the station, at least that section of the building, but leave everything else kind of open,
Yeah.
like with no roof. Because having roofs just, the camera spazzes out. So, like, if you're going to do an interior, you got to do everything on the inside first and then plop the roof on it.
Yeah. Yep, underground and inside buildings are not my thing. After doing a dark ride, a few months ago in another collab part that I did, um, I vowed to never build underground again because there was a lot of swearing, a lot of cursing, and turning the game off in anger. Because yeah,
Hmm.
but
Yeah, if you want to do something underground, you got to dig everything out and then do what you want and then cover it back up. And then
yeah,
after you cover it up, you're like, you're done. No more going in there.
yeah. The mistake I think I did were put the roof on first. It was a terrain roof, and then tried to build everything, and I had to enter through
Mm,
the path tunnel and follow the track round to get to where I needed to be. I was just about to place an item, and then it would shoot me back out, and I was like, oh. But
yeah.
yeah. And then I think finally for this is I think it's going to be scrapped though. Is a hotel. There was talk that we were going to either make this lodge as a hotel and move it maybe to this area. And then we changed our mind to say let's use the lodge as the train station over here and build another hotel and have a jungly vibed hotel and a kind of woody lodge kind of hotel. But
Hmm.
to be honest, I think we both agreed that it'll stay if the percentage is okay, but if it's not worth it, it's most likely going to be deleted. Is that correct?
Pro- Probably. We'll see.
Yeah. 'Cause it
We
don't
shall
really
see.
fit. Yeah, it don't really fit the vibe as such. It's a bit out of place, but
Yeah, and
yeah,
the few times that I've put hotels in my parks, like if guests don't use them, I don't tend or like to put them in my park. So
yeah,
I don't know. If they're not going to use it, I'm not going to waste a percentage on it when
exactly,
add I could add more detail to a station or a shop.
exactly. So we'll just have to wait and see with that.
It looks good though. We have to, compliment the amazing job you did on making the hotel at least. So,
Yeah, I'm
bravo.
sure. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, if it don't get put in this park, I'm sure I'll use it somewhere else at some point. Use it. I could even, make it as a station for a building. Get rid of this and this. Put an exit there and an entrance there. Um, I could just delete a bit of wall and have it as a station or something. That's one day. We'll see.
That
But
could also work.
yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Is where we're at. Obviously, there's moving the car park to this area. And do you want to explain any other plans that we might have?
Um, I think we covered it, didn't we?
Yeah. pretty
Well,
much.
we're gonna if we move excuse me, the parking lot up, we're gonna make what is currently the parking lot like a little RV campsite or
Yeah,
camper area.
yeah. And then we were saying that we would keep this bridge, but make a terrain kind of road path that would
Hmm.
link up to the car park. And then yeah, this
Just so
would
we
be
don't have to. Yeah, sorry. Just so we don't have to put in more pathing because that eats up the percent too.
yeah, definitely. The only other suggestion we could do is, if we so obviously this is tarmac color.
Hmm.
We could, worst case scenario, I'm not saying we should, but have this as an access road and actually
It
have
does
that.
blend well.
Yeah, I mean, it does fit, but like, you don't even see it.
Yeah.
Um, if the terrain road that we do doesn't work, we could all, but like worst case scenario, have that as like a rickety bridge that you would drive over into the car park. But we'll just
Hmm.
see when we get to it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think I think what we need is a name for the park, and if
Yes.
anyone's got any suggestions of things that might work or might look good, feel free to leave them in the comments, and we will read the comments, and we'll talk between ourselves to see if we can either make it work or delete something if your suggestions are better. We happily keep changing the park all the time, so if something sounds better than what we've already done, I'm sure myself and you, TJ, would be happy to swap a few things around to put something in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we are down to the nitty gritty. We're almost done, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just that percentage and just adding, filling these blank spaces really with trees and stuff. But
Hmm.
other than that, I think we're pretty much done.
Yep.
Yeah. And on that note, I think we'll call it a day on this video, reaching an hour pretty much nearly. So, yeah, is there anything you want to add before we go, TJ?
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you for having me.
no, no, thank you for, collaborating with me. Obviously, I wouldn't have been able to do any of this without you. Um, and, yeah, thank you for putting up with my short clips and voice memos that I send daily saying, what do you think of this? What do you think of that kind of thing? So,
Nah, it's all good.
yeah.
I appreciate them.
So,
It's not often that we are awake at the same time, so I take advantage of when we can talk and sort things out.
exactly, yes. You seem to, yeah, you have my later shift and I have your later shift as obviously the time zones. But
Hmm.
I think it's definitely coming along, and I think we are coming towards the end, and, hopefully still have the percentage to just finish the touches up and, you
Hmm.
know, at least have it pretty much how we want it. So, yeah. But
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Like I say, if you do have any suggestions, feel free to drop them in the comments, and we'll get back to you and hopefully implement some of them into the park. So yeah, that's thank you from me,
And thank you from me.
and we'll see you in the next one.